Hey, listen, you can't fight the moonlight.
Of all the things that I remember about that movie, why is it that John Goodman is like a toll booth operator?
Yeah, her toll booth dad. He's like, you follow your dreams, honey, even if it means stripping on a bar.
It's like, we're going to give you the toll booth salute. And they all start ringing their bells and they just ruin traffic for miles.
Now, Dave, did you just refer to him as a toll booth dad? Is that a type of parent that I'm not aware of? Like, you have deadbeat dads, and then you have toll booth dads.
Yeah, well,
right?
Toll booth dads learned long ago how to, like, shut down their emotions, but still be there financially and physically for their daughters. So they're usually single parents,
They're gone so much because they have to go to the toll booth conventions.
Yep. Gotta learn about the new lever grips and like.
Yeah, well, like the 2013 models. I mean, they're phasing those out.
Yeah,
the 2014s just came in.
You don't want to confuse them with Toll House dads, which just give you cookies. They just give you cookies all the time.
Toll House dads are the best.
Yeah, they're the best, man.
I wish I had a Toll House dad.
Me too.
Welcome to Word Rango, the game show where dictionary definitions produce knowledge and comedy. 4 words enter, 1 word leaves, and is crowned champion. Our steely-nerved competitors, a writer, another writer, a voice actor, and that other guy. And now, it's gloves off and set your dictionaries to fun. It's time for Word Rango. Here's your host, Mike Suzek.
Welcome to Word Rango. My name is Mike Suzek. Special episode this week. Hope everybody had a great holiday and traveled safe with safe travels. I'm joined this week by Bob Ball.
Insert jovial-natured fun quote here.
Dave Hinkle.
I got a lot of problems with you people.
And joining us this week is special guest. Ryan is out. In is our friend. He's a reviews editor at joystick.com. Fun-loving guy. We know him. He's one of those people where you think you know him well. I think we're going to discover some new things about him. Richard Mitchell, welcome.
Hi there. I just want you guys to know that I'm doing this as a favor to Ryan. He's a good buddy of mine. I know I don't really know you three very well, but I mean, we'll muddle through.
I just love that Bob could just like switch out that other guy. Like that other guy can be anybody. Even though technically Richard is a writer too. It's just he's that other guy.
Well, but that's the thing though, Dave. This is okay, so what we're doing is we're doing a community outreach program here at Word Rango. Little do people know this is a very educational program. So what we're doing is we're bringing people to the source. Richard is here to get educated, to improve his vocabulary. So
you're just gonna get a 4th person every week, just a new person until you get like everyone in America.
We've been helping Ryan this whole time. I don't think people realize.
Yeah, it took many weeks to get him up to snuff to the point where we were like, okay, let's release. It's catch and release. Let's release this little fish back into the word wild.
Oh, that was a good movie. That was a good Ryan Reynolds jam. I think that was Ryan Reynolds. I don't know. I don't have time for IMDb right now. But what we do have time for is words. What we do here is we bring 4 words to the table every week. We insert definitions as we see fit, and we educate all the time because we all have degrees in education. And last week, I think we tied again. That's something we do here a lot. So what we're going to do is, Richard, because you're our guest this week, I'm giving you the honors of having first word. Richard, what is your word this week?
Well, I want to say thank you. I really enjoy the show. I've listened to every episode.
Oh.
And I think I brought a real club banger of a word this week.
Is your word club banger?
Edentulous. Edentulous. Love the show.
Well, great. Now we have to end the show because we're crossing over previously trodden territory.
I'm kidding. My word that I brought for you all, I encountered this word earlier this year. It is propinquity.
Oh, okay. I like this.
Okay.
Propinquity.
Okay. I'm going to start off with this. First off, I want to make sure I'm spelling it right. Okay. Is it Propinquity?
That is correct.
Okay.
Oh, nice. All right.
Now, I go over this nearly every week. I like to hack off some suffixes and prefixes to get to the root of the word and then try to translate it back to its native Greek tongue. And I never seem to do that second part particularly well, so I'll leave that off. But propinquity, you got the ITY, you got the pro, but you've got that pinky in there. So I think what it is I think propinquity is that it's that snobbish use of your pinky finger, such as when you're drinking a glass of what, I don't know, Mermot or whatever the fuck.
Mermot?
Mermot? When you're drinking Mermot. I'm not a wine or spirits. I drink beer. Like, I live in the Midwest. We drink beer exclusively.
It's like the difference between people who say sherbet and the people who say sorbet.
Yes, and this is and propinquity is the sorbet of actions with your hands. So you have your pinky finger sticking up, and that's to prove that you're of a higher class, that you are sophisticated. So that's propinquity, is the use, and I say specifically the use of your pinky finger because I'm imagining that you can use your pinky finger in other fancy fucking ways.
Oh, right. Like you can use it to like call the elevator.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That was exactly what I was thinking.
Open doors.
Like to hail a cab.
And if
I mean, why would you be in a cab? I mean, you're a fancy.
Well, no,
fancy
you're hailing a limo. You're hailing straight limos.
Yeah, you're hailing just random Rolls Royces coming down the road on your rich block.
Right, and you're telling other sophisticated people that you're with them. So if you just raise your fist with your pinky finger up in the air, that is one of the ways that's propinquity. You're with them.
You know that part in the Hunger Games when they all do the salute, to let her know that
the little
she's great or whatever.
The Weeblo sign or whatever. Yeah.
Right, and exactly. Now I'm imagining people, just 1,000 people with their pinkies raised up high. Just like a nice proud look on their faces.
People who do that, who like raise their pinkies, that's essentially like the rich person like way to flip off poor people. That's like essentially like a commoner's middle finger. Like somebody cuts you off on the road, you put your hand out the window, you give them the middle finger. That's essentially like the rich people's way of giving us the middle finger.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like it's just like it's physics. It's just a counterbalance to your drink. It's kind of like a dog's tail, it keeps you.
Or I guess if you're drinking
upright.
If you're drinking from a certain glass, like if you're a rich person, you're probably drinking from like a crystal champagne glass at all times or something, like really tall and skinny with like a So as a counterweight,
or
definitely.
like the solid gold glasses, because those are heavy.
Or just like from the hollowed out cavity of a poor person.
Right.
Oh, I believe that you are a false upper crustman, sir, because that gold cup you speak of is a chalice.
That is my gold chalice.
That's true. They would drink from chalices, those rich fucks. That's propinquity. Now I'm struggling to come up with other uses, but that's kind of the point because I'm not part of this class.
Right.
I'm very much in debt to lots of places. So
there are many secret uses that you're not allowed to know about.
Exactly. And that's why it's like, you can raise your like how many people listening to this are going to go out in the streets be like, I'm going to hail a Rolls Royce. Like, you're not fooling anyone.
No, don't try it. Don't try it. They will know.
They'll know.
They'll know because you're wearing jeans and a hoodie. Like, of course they're going to know.
They're going to see your messenger bag and they are going to run you over.
And you can go and buy jeans from the Buckle or something. It's still not going to do justice.
Nope.
Because those jeans are way too expensive.
Yeah.
Just saying. Oh, really? Okay, sorry. Everybody here shops at the Buckle. Sorry, guys. Moving
We've
on.
already got our Jokos.
Moving on. Bob, what do you think propinquity means?
That is the state of being affiliated with the Pinko Communist Party. Propinquity.
Pinko?
Oh, okay.
So you're pro-pinky scum.
Can you expand on what that is? Like, do you actually know what that is, or are you just saying it?
Well, for starters, I am just saying it, but I'm not just saying it. I'm saying it with inflection.
It's just
I'm saying it with volume.
You pinko commie bastard. Like that, I've heard that before. Yelled at me, but I don't know what it means.
I mean. It's like you're
for starters, look around your room.
Okay.
If you have a flag with Lenin on it,
I do.
probably a Pinko commie.
Yep.
if you have a belt buckle with a hammer and sickle on it.
I do too.
Probably a pinko
If
kami.
you've waited in a bread line over the last month, you're probably a pinko kami.
Yeah, pretty much.
If any of the milk you've had in the last 3 days is strawberry flavored, you are probably a pinko kami.
Son of a bitch. Okay, well,
Does
3
strawberry
for 3 or 4.
quick count?
No, well, it's technically not milk, so I think you're okay.
No, but that Nesquik bunny is a pinko kami.
Oh,
So you're still
really?
supporting them.
Okay.
He is a secret pinko kami
He
because
is.
he's got the Q from propinquity right around his neck.
Exactly.
Oh,
Have you
man.
seen that fucker bouncing around? Yeah.
Spreading
He's got,
his
a hammer and
Marxism.
sickle
You know,
tattooed
and
on-
I don't know if you've ever noticed this. You know, like when he drinks from the straw and like his ears, they like twirl up and wrap together, you know, because it tastes so good. If you ever notice, whenever he's holding that cup, pinky way out in the air every
Yep.
time.
Yep. Man, we're on to something. Maybe the pinky has more to do with
I think
showing your support for the communist
we're starting to.
party.
Do I have to cut off my pinkies now?
Yes, Bob Ball, do it now, right now. We are
Hang on.
uncovering the Illuminati's plan to take over the world, you guys. Like we're not only
It
doing a
involves
word
pinkies,
service. we're doing-
Nesquik.
Be sure to drink your Ovaltine. Okay, so Bob went with something communist, and it took me a while to figure out what pinko was. Dave, what do you think propinquity means?
All right, so if you ever worked like one of those jobs where you have just like such a moody, temperamental boss, you know, they're
You
always
mean like this one?
yeah, like this one. You know, where they're basically like every day they fire you and rehire you. I think propinquity is like somebody who's prone to just like hand out way too many pink slips but not really mean it. So it's like somebody who's dishing out firings every day on a daily basis, essentially firing whole departments, and then before 5 o'clock rolls around, just being like, "Hey, you know, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I got a little out of control. I got a little temperamental. You know, sorry about that.
My blood sugar dropped.
Yeah, I had too much strawberry quick. You know, got a little crazy in the office, and I've come to my senses, and I apologize. Please come to work tomorrow." I don't know why you would finish out the day as soon as you were handed a pink slip, but you know that's your choice. That's your office. That's your life. But yeah, propinquity is a person or thing with a penchant for handing out pink slips.
Okay.
I'm trying now. You know how like words change a little bit when you add or remove like suffix. So like, what is propinquitous or what is like you take away the pro. Pinquity, is that mean something different as it relates to your bosses that hand out pink
Yeah.
slips?
That's just someone who's really good at telling jokes about pink.
About the singer rapper?
Yeah. I mean, they're really witty about pink.
Yeah.
A rabbi, a priest,
What
and
would
pink walk
one
into a
of those
bar.
jokes look like?
Oh, man.
Jokes look like. Let's see. What do you call a pink who slips on the ice?
I have no idea.
Dead because she's stupid. I don't know.
What? Well, we're hitting a wall here because I don't think anybody is capable of telling jokes without Pink calling them out in a club or something.
Yeah.
Well, see,
about Pink.
that is the advantage of being Pink witty is she will insert you into one of her songs.
Because
Because
she wants
they
to
do.
start a fight.
Yeah.
right. She's got want to start like a feud. I think they call them rap.
Oh,
feud.
wait. I see cross promotion here.
Yeah.
Do you?
Pink. Word Rango thinks you're stupid.
No.
And we get 1 million listeners.
We don't like your hair.
Yeah.
Your hair is dumb.
Pink, you better
Her hair
not
is
diss
dumb.
Word Rango.
Yeah, we're gonna workshop our Pink diss.
Yeah, I
Like,
want Taylor Swift to write a song about Pink, and then like Pink disses Taylor Swift, and then Taylor Swift writes another song, and then they get into a diss loop, like where it's just like a perpetual dissing over and over and over again for all eternity, and then we finally
Right.
realize that
and then
both
their
of them are-
children, and
Yeah.
Does that like swallow up the history of music with it though? Because that could be dangerous. Also, Pink's not my favorite color. Fuck you. There, we're on to something.
You know, I heard this story once that the U.S. military had done all these like, because you know how like stealth bombers are all black and like Navy SEAls like
That's
when they,
racist.
yeah, I know. They really should give white stealth bombers a chance.
Well, they can't jump as
but,
high.
Like and then Navy SEAL guys are like in all black camo and everything whenever they're sneaking in somewhere at night. Like I heard that the military found out that actually the hardest color to see at night is the color pink. But because it's the
Right.
color pink, the U.S. military was like, nah, dog, we can't be doing that. Like, let's go black. I know it's number 2, but like, let's go black because it's much more manly of a color.
Well, that's good. Let's just dig deeper here.
Yeah.
Richard, what does propinquity actually mean?
Okay, propinquity, according to Sexy Merriam-Webster, means nearness of blood, kinship,
What?
Wait,
like kinship.
Oh,
Also,
okay. I think about like a
could also
bucket of
mean-
blood being near you.
if you're too close to a bucket of stray blood, propinquity.
It's my favorite. It's my favorite part of this slaughterhouse is the propinquity. It also means nearness in place or time, proximity.
Okay.
I'm much more like to being close to a bucket of blood.
I do like the bucket of blood. Now, what do you do if you're a vampire? Are you always propinquitous? And also, when you drink someone's blood, do you have your pinky finger up?
Well, it's like, I mean, it's real estate, right? Like, even for a vampire, like the universal rule of real estate applies, like location, location, location. So
Right, yeah.
it's all about propinquity, you know?
It
so
is.
they got to be near
Right,
populated centers.
except. Yeah, and instead of like, oh, there's a great elementary school about a block away, it's like, oh yeah, there's an old folks home about a block away.
Yeah, we have a couple missions for the homeless. There's a 24/7
There are
Walmart.
lots of people around here who will not be missed if they die.
Yeah.
Wow, I think we're hitting a vein here. We could hitting a vein. Look at that! I didn't even try for that one. Yes, I'm so funny. No, we could go into vampire real estate. They need places to live that
Hell
are
yeah.
propinquitous.
We just need to find a town that's all strippers, homeless people, runaway kids. Like, we just need to find that perfect town.
I got it. Vlad, say hello to your new hometown, Detroit, Michigan.
Sorry, Detroit.
That would be the perfect place
Home
for a
prices
vampire.
are super low, and you're not going to miss anybody there.
Nope, you're not.
I mean,
Just not.
the only problem with that though is the vampire has to deal with Robocop, and that is tough.
Yeah.
Oh no, that is sequel. That's what that is.
that is a rich sequel, and now we can film that.
Oh my God,
RoboCop versus Count Pinkulus.
Yeah.
There is a new Robocop coming out. I wonder if we've just spoiled the plot.
We
Michael
probably
Keaton
did,
is
and
Dracula.
I bet Pink is the is on the soundtrack, right?
Oh, I mean, she's on everything, isn't she?
She is. Yeah.
I
Get
think-
this party started. I don't fucking know. Sorry,
Rango's
Pink.
going to
fuck
hate your
you.
new soundtrack.
No, but we could go into this real estate business because, yes, we can just pick out the easy targets. But remember, propinquity is also being fancy with your pinkies. You want to try and upsell vampires to live in an area that they're going to get rich blood, not just any old
I see what you
blood,
mean.
right? So yes, you could place them
Like
near a
when that
nursing home
vampire
or-
sinks its teeth into the neck, they're like, oh man, this guy was just drinking some Merlot.
Exactly, or Mermit, Dylan McDermott. And when you do that, we need to get them next to Dylan McDermott so that they can suck his blood and turn him into a vampire. And then once you get a vampire in Hollywood, it's going to spread like wildfire. So now, where can we have them go? Like, is it a Beverly Hills? Like, is that where we're going to have the more expensive vampire homes or nests? I don't know if they're like birds or something.
I don't know. That's a tough
You know,
question. I mean, because like, how is there any rich area? I mean, it's Detroit. Like, there aren't rich areas. There are just like
You're stuck in
areas,
Detroit right
Yeah, there
now,
are
aren't
areas
you?
where the buildings are falling down, and then there are areas where they're not, and then there are areas where Eminem's family lives. Like, that's it. You know?
There's 8 Mile, and then there's all the rest of Detroit.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Well, we'll table that for now, and we'll figure out where.
Are you an upper-class Dracula on a tight budget? Why not buy with a site that knows your needs? You need people who won't be missed. Propinquity.com.
Ooh, propinquity realtors. Right?
We really suck.
Wow, somebody
get it, 'cause
owns
the vampire.
propinquity.com.
We really suck for your needs.
Wait, someone owns that already?
Yeah, and they set up a special login too. It requires a username and password.
Fuckers.
Dude, I
Can it-
think we found Dracula's website.
Now,
Oh my God.
Dracula probably does have a personal blog, or a vlog. Now, Now maybe we can
Vlad's
change
vlog.
it.
Yeah. And that's not vlog like video because obviously he's a vampire. He can't show up on video.
Exactly.
It's just, his accent is like, I'm vlogging today. Vlogging.
So now I'm imagining a haul video where the sacks are just opening themselves and like pulling out a new pair of chinos because you can't see the vampire, so it's just floating in front of the camera. as
Yeah.
far as you know.
Is he doing an unvloxing? Is that what he's doing?
Unvloxing, yeah.
An unvloxing video? Okay.
I would like to read you some of my fan mail. Dear Vlad, why did you kill my parents?
Because they stuck their pinky up at me.
Is this a communist vampire?
Listen, I don't know why they signed up for propinquity.com. I do not know.
I love how your Dracula devolved into Balky Bartakamus.
Every time.
Cousin Laddie, I do not know.
Now,
ridiculous.
could we change it to proping equity? Because I think that is something that's more like along the home realtors, kind of insurance line or something. Proping equity. Maybe is that available as a domain?
Oh, I see.
No, we want propinquity.com
Yeah,
right
we
now.
do.
Yeah.
So I want the hacker group Anonymous.
Yes, Anonymous.
To go to propinquity.com and crack their obviously tough encryption codes. The username is probably Dracula.
Probably.
And the password is probably also Dracula. So go to it, Anonymous.
Now the password's probably admin.
Oh no.
000.
Everybody put your hands on your keyboard, okay?
Okay.
Now, look at the keys you can only access with your pinkies. I just
okay.
narrowed it down.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
A semicolon.
A semicolon, A semicolon, A
A
semicolon.
PQ,
Left curly brace.
left curly
apostrophe.
brace, and forward slash, is that?
Question mark?
Nope, that's a backslash. What the hell is the difference between the slashes? Who decided the one is forward, one is back? Really?
Probably
I don't
those
know.
pinko commies.
It's gotta be.
I don't know, but I just realized that my pinkies can hit an interrobang.
Ooh.
Oh, snap.
Okay, so now this that's a good word, Richard. I really like propinquity, but we need to move on and get someone else's word this week. Bob, what is your word?
The word of the week, the winning word of the week, Internet, is petcock.
No, it's not. That's not a word.
I
Get
almost
outta
rolled
here.
in here with a cock word myself, but I didn't.
Yeah, I almost did too.
Well, typically every room I roll in with a cock word. However, this one is much different than the one I normally roll in with. It is petcock.
Can you please spell that?
Oh, yes, I can. It ends with a cock and starts with a pet.
No.
Petcock.
How the fuck is this a word? Are you adding words to Urban Dictionary and then you're just calling
He's
it?
just going to cocktionary.com every week.
It's a coctionary. Okay, we've had cocksure from
Kids,
you.
this
We've had
is a
cockswain.
coctionary tale. I want you to be careful.
Yeah, last week you gave us cocksure.
And I was sure I was going to win.
Yeah, and you were
Oh my
positive
God.
that you didn't. Now, petcock, it's so easy for me to say, oh, it's when you stroke your dick, but I don't think that's the case. This has to have some sort
No,
of...
that's called masturbation. It's a completely different word.
Yeah, it's gotta be...
Wow, the
something
coctionary
much more.
exists. It actually exists.
Now, according to coctionary.com, I'm sure. I think petcock means it's when you have a pet rooster, and it's your pet rooster. Sorry, Bob. I know you're trying to trick us. It's a really, really lame definition, but it's pet rooster. I know it is. Dave, what do you believe petcock means?
Well, I was going to say it's your pet rooster as well. It's a domesticated rooster. But unlike you are just, haphazard, like, oh, it's just your pet, like it's whatever. A petcock is actually a rooster that's so domesticated that it understands tricks. It can stay inside the house. It's housebroken.
Oh, it does the dishes.
Yeah, it does the dishes. It gets your morning newspaper. It'll scare off the mailman. It'll pick up the phone and yell at telemarketers when they ask you if you want to switch long distance services. Like, yeah, no, it's a very domesticated rooster, but it's one that's you're in it together, and you're in your pals, your real pals, up until the day it dies and you cook and eat it.
Wow. Now, So when it's so domesticated, you don't need to put it on a leash, right?
Oh, no,
on a
no,
little
no.
rooster leash?
Yeah, he listens to you. Absolutely, yeah.
Okay. Wow. I've never wanted a rooster more in my life.
Hey, Susan, would you like to take our date at my house to a different room? Perhaps I could just light some candles. Is that a rooster in your room? No, that's a petcock.
A petcock. Petcock.
Listen, he'll also put on some music.
This is my petcock. Do not
This is
worry.
my petcock.
This is my petcock.
He's my petcock.
Richard, what do you think petcock means?
Petcock. Okay.
In Mother Russia, petcocks you.
Cock pets you.
A petcock is, have you ever heard of a trapdoor spider? You know, they hide in like under like a little piece of grass or dirt, and then they open up,
And then they bite you right on the penis.
Damn it, Bob.
the trapdoor
damn
opens
it.
up. No, but the trapdoor opens up and the spider comes out and like grabs a bug or whatever. It's like
It
that.
says peekaboo. I'm a
Right,
spider.
except this is someone who buries themselves under the ground, and then they have a little trapdoor right over their penis, and the penis comes out
It's like
right when you least expect it.
It's like it's exclusively at the beach. Like you do that a lot at the beach to try and pick up chicks. You also do it on public walking trails.
Right.
You could do it in a convenience store if the
In some ways, it's like
loose enough.
it's like a hermit crab because you have to find objects that will appropriately disguise your penis.
Right.
a lot of hot
which-
dog buns, a lot of
Hot dog buns, like if you're at the beach, like sand buckets are great.
Yeah.
Is this the sort of like putting a hole at the bottom of the popcorn bucket or something?
Yeah, it's kind of like that. Well, that was sort of the origin of the petcock.
Right.
Okay.
I was thinking at the convenience store, it could be like right underneath all of those random pepperonis that are right by the register.
Well, I'm happy we're attracting a new audience.
Sproing.
We're attracting a new audience, and that's perverts that are looking for new ideas. Like that's
Yeah.
basically what we're doing.
Yeah.
It sounds as if it's a glory hole from Tuck Everlasting. Have you guys read that book where there's like the fountain of youth is like just a little spring coming out of the ground, except in this case a dick pops out, I guess. I don't know. I'm trying to think of other areas where you
I
hide.
guess in this case, a dick pops out. I guess like that's just
guess.
this is a great line for any situation. You're like, well, yeah, we're gonna go, catch the game, have a couple beers, but I guess in this case, a dick pops out. I guess you're like, whoa, wait, what?
It's just like the worst, like, come on, like to someone like, like your best friend or whatever, like you're trying to come out maybe and say to him, like, maybe I'm interested in you. So you just randomly end phrases with, and then I guess a dick pops out, whatever.
Right,
Just
you're
hoping
just
that,
trying to
like,
feel
one
that
time,
out.
one time he's going to be like, yes.
Yes,
and
a
then
dick does
pops out.
Maybe, yeah.
Would you like to live forever? Well, let's go down to the bubbling penis.
Count Vlad was there first. That's why it's bubbling. Okay, well, now that we got all of our dicks in a row, Bob, what does petcock actually mean?
A petcock is a small cock, faucet, or valve for releasing a gas, as an air, or draining.
So
that valve right on the side of your wiener, that when you turn it
Yes,
and you
we
release
all
all the
have
gas
that.
from it,
Wait, 'cause
that is a petcock.
every time my dick farts, it's involuntary. I'm not controlling that. So like, where is that valve at? Is it on the same spot on every penis? Like, do I have to check behind the testicles? Like, is it in a weird spot?
Now, some parents have that valve removed from their children.
Mm-hmm.
I actually had an extra one installed, so I've got two.
You would.
Well, I'm fancy.
You propinquitous bastard.
Double down on the petcocks.
Yeah, he's turning that valve and his pinky's sticking out the whole time.
Of course he is.
You son of a bitch.
Dave, if some parents they choose not to circumcise their children, and some parents choose not to have the valve installed.
Oh, okay. So once
You
again,
got
I
one
have
of those
to blame my
old
parents.
versions of dicks.
Yeah.
You don't have one of those new dicks.
Nah, I got an
Oh,
old
yeah.
dick, an old crusty dick.
Dave, you have such an old dick.
Yeah.
That's too bad. Have you tried upgrading your firmureware? on your
No, I
dick?
gotta open the hood and clean under there. I gotta get a deep clean
Right.
in that old crusty dick.
He's like running OS 3.1 on his wiener.
Yeah, right.
It probably is.
Windows 3.1.
Yeah, it's that's too bad. But at least you know what though, you can play Minesweeper on it, and you still
Yeah.
got some options there.
Got some spider solitaire.
Right. You're stuck
Wiener
on
Spider
Netscape.
Solitaire.
You're stuck on Dickscape Navigator. Is the other problem. Okay, so that's Petcock. We're at halftime. Woo! Yeah, scenarios, stuff, and other things. So we have Propinquity and Petcock so far. Bob, what's like? We had scenario like. Do you have something in mind that you can put these two together or something? Or Richard? I don't know.
I'm going to give you all complete anonymity when I say we can just drop the petcock altogether. And no one knows what that means.
I don't.
Nope.
I'm lost.
It's okay. It doesn't mean anything. I'm saying that we could drop the wiener jokes.
Well, you could stop bringing cock words to the show every week, and then we would not do those jokes because we wouldn't be thinking about fucking cocks every week, Bob Ball.
Look, Bob, you can try all you want, but you're not like. I think what you're doing here every week is you're trying to get us sort of desensitized, and that's never going to happen. It's never going to happen.
Like, what's the word for somebody who's fascinated with penises? Because I feel like that's Bob Ball's word next week. Yeah, Bob Ball. Ball.
I believe those people are called whores.
Hewers.
Well, they're not so much fascinated with as like professionally entangled with.
I like the idea entangled. It's like, it's like a dog getting wrapped in a sheet. It's like can't find its way out. And that's how some hentais start.
Alrighty.
Okay, so how about this for you guys? Dave.
Yo.
It's New Year's Eve. Mm-hmm. Times Square.
Okay.
You are stuck inside the ball that is falling. Mm-hmm. And Richard and Bob, you have 60 seconds to get Dave out of the ball before he falls to the ground really slowly. and explodes.
Well, what you don't know, is that once it gets down to the very bottom, you watch it on TV, you can't see it anymore. It's actually being dipped into like the world's largest fryer.
Exactly, yeah.
It's basically
world's
the ending.
Largest deep fryer.
It's the ending to Terminator 2, basically. It's just slowly lowering me into the lava.
Right, except you're holding up your pinky and not your thumb.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, and go.
Help, I don't want to die.
I'd say there appears to be a man trapped in that ball. We should do something about that.
But how can we hear him over this crowd? I do not know why.
Me.
Why is he? Why is he in ball?
Trapped in a ball.
I am not sure, Dracula. You should use your supersonic hearing to be so quiet in that ball.
They're counting down.
I do have that supersonic hearing, don't I? Yes, there is someone in the ball.
I know what I shall do. I shall hold my pinky. I shall hold my pinky aloft, and I shall hail a supersonic jet to take us to the top of that building.
Help me! You guys aren't helping.
That seems very much like the overkill.
I'm gonna die. Help!
But there's that vat of oil at the bottom.
Perhaps
he would be delicious.
Perhaps we should wait, and we shall consume him.
15, 14, 13.
I believe the term is to eat the rich. Not to eat the guy in the ball.
I hope you guys
Well, I am the rich, and I shan't be eating myself.
4,
No, God damn it, no!
It's tetragram!
Do you still have that pinky finger that we could hail that supersonic jet?
Indeed, we shall need it to escape that giant tetragram. I was in Austin Powers too. Remember that?
Oh, she wasn't she?
You guys are ridiculous. You let me die.
Okay, well, now that we deep fried Dave, that's good. We need. I was going to introduce a new thing this week, but I'm going to just hold off on it because who needs that?
Glad
Nobody needs
you
that.
brought it up then. Glad you brought it
Yep.
up.
See, the reason I do these things, I tell people like before the show, hey, I got something new. You guys can't wait to find out, right? And then I hold them off because to me, that's like the tantric sex of podcasting. So, and that's actually our new slogan, Word Rango, tantric sex of podcasting. And so we're going to hold off on that. But instead, we need some escalator pitches for propinquity and petcock. Richard, please give us your escalator pitch for propinquity.
There aren't a lot of words that have just pink right in the middle like that, and so I appreciate that part of the word, and I think it gave us a lot of fun this week. You know, we have this like you really needed a word for people who are very actively pinko communist. You also need a word for the people who have their pinky up in the air, because before that, what did you have? I mean, all you had was like snob, snoot, jerk, rich guy, whatever. But this is a word that you can use that has a little bit of class to it. Like, I think propinquity is the kind of word you could say around that sort of person and they wouldn't be offended, because the word itself is classy. I mean, it's got the pinky right in the word. So, I mean, that's the most appropriate thing you can say to a rich, snooty person without, getting their dander up so they won't hire an assassin to have you killed. Because they can do that. And they do frequently.
Yeah. You could say that to them. That's true. Bob, petcock.
Hi, Internet. How are you? You're looking lovely today. I would like to talk to you about your petcock. Actually, I just wanted an excuse to say petcock again. So,
I was like, are you stirring beakers? Like,
And,
what is going on in the background? You're like, hold on, let me finish this chemistry experiment. And I'll get back to this escalator pitch.
You've needed that word for that small valve on the underside of your dong. Well, you've got it now. Petcock. You're welcome.
All right. That's good. Next up, me. My word this week, and it's a good one, I think, yabo.
Yabo?
It's yabo.
All right, can I go first?
Yabo doo.
Can I go first?
Yes, please
right.
go first.
That's the word that Michael McDonald uses to refer to you. You know, he says, Yabo gonna, do this and Yabo gonna do that. It's that song. He's like going Yabo every 2 seconds, and Yabo is how he says, you guys or you are or whatever. It's a truncated version of that.
Is it like a regional thing?
It's a Michael McDonald thing, just him and him alone.
Oh, specifically
yeah,
Michael
yeah.
McDonald.
It's just how he says it.
Can I just? There is not enough Michael McDonald in the world. Am I wrong about that? I think we.
Well,
could
I mean,
use
there's
more.
only one of them. That's the
Yeah,
problem.
but that's my point. I mean, if there's any, okay, you can clone any singer-songwriter. Mm-hmm. How do you not pick Michael McDonald?
Whoa, wait, no, I mean, I don't know if you're talking about like I mean if you're going to be able to clone any singer songwriter, I'm going to say Yabo take me higher than Michael McDonald. Like I'm going to have to go with somebody else. Like, why wouldn't I go like Bob Seger or somebody who could like, because I mean, imagine like the type of panties that are getting thrown at Michael McDonald, and imagine the type of panties that are getting thrown at like cooler younger singers. But
if you do that, you're creating an imbalance in the world. That's why Michael McDonald is perfectly level, right? So you can clone him without any sort of threat to like the space-time continuum or whatever. I don't know.
I think the problem though is like if you don't clone Pink, then you're gonna start a rap feud because she's gonna be pissed that you cloned someone else.
A rap rock feud. Yep.
Yeah.
A Kid Rock feud.
Yeah, but there's also the fact that Michael McDonald is probably a Highlander, so if you clone him, then you're going to have two Highlanders, so if they ever get near each other, they're going to get that like weird feeling, and then they're going to start a sword battle, and
that's true.
And then they're going to have a sing-off.
Yeah, they're going to have a sing-off.
Yeah.
Sing-off sword fight.
Michael McDonald, Jet Li, the one.
Yabo, take me higher.
Okay. Richard, what does Yabo mean to you?
Okay, Yabo, I mean, you all have heard of Yahweh, right?
Yes.
Okay. I know it's got something to do with religion. So it was like a prophet or something, right? I don't know. But Yabo is a really unsuccessful prophet. Yabo is like someone who went up on the mountaintop and started, shouting his message or whatever, and like everyone they didn't care. They couldn't care less.
He went to the wrong mountain.
He went to the wrong mountain. It's like, where are all the people? Where's the village?
Well,
oh,
but-
crap, I'm
Or
on the
he
wrong
started
mountain.
hearing like from God, but then he like kind of forgot to write it down. So like by the time it took him
So,
8 hours to walk down the
so,
mountain, he was just like, well, I remember.
God told me shit. He told me be good to one another. That no.
Yeah,
that
there
doesn't
was
sound right.
something
See,
about
the other thing about yabos is that
Thou shalt not covet your neighbor's horse.
well, but they're also issuing prophecies about things that people really don't care that much about. So it's
Right.
kind of like, I'm pretty sure Toyotathon starts in September. or like Clandestine is
Yeah.
March or April.
He
most
said
likely.
something about some meek guy is going to like inherit his dad's estate or something. It's like,
God, what did he say? What did he say?
damn it, what did he say?
Why did I carve his edicts into this Play-Doh? It's just this is not a permanent medium. This is what was I thinking?
Should have
Listen, Yabo, we're not going to come to the city square anymore just to hear you ramble on about Toyotathon. We don't care. You said the same thing last week.
I know, but it looks like it might rain today.
But I mean,
Look at
no
that.
money down. Something APR. I mean,
Yeah.
Toyotathon. Sometime, probably. Yabo, yabo, yabo.
Yeah, and then he just says his name a lot. It's
Oh, of course he does.
Right.
Bob, what do you think yabo means?
Yabo is that specific term for when you pull the eggs out of the fridge and then you have this uncontrollable urge to throw them at your mate.
Okay.
Okay, like so paint me a picture. So like you're coming home, there's a trail of like rose petals going to the bedroom, but you're like, oh no, wait, let me do a little sideways action, go to the fridge.
I just
Let me
want
do a little
I just
egg
want an omelet. Just need a little more protein in my diet. So you go to the fridge, you just pull out the eggs, and then this just bloodlust comes over you. You can see nothing but, I would say red, but it's more of a yellow and orange.
Like a
like
milky
a
yellow.
yolk lust, really.
and he/she comes out of the bedroom and says, "Oh, if you're making an omelet, I mean, I would like one too." And suddenly you without reason, you find that egg and those eggs that were in the carton are suddenly in your hand, and that hand is above head level with that arm cranked back, and suddenly it just flies, and you're a bad throw, so you obviously miss. But and that he/she person is like, "What are you doing?" And you're like, "Yeah."
It's the murder cry.
See, I'm imagining like
that's Yabo.
a totally different scenario. It's a very similar scenario, except the rose petals and like Bob's significant other comes home and follows the rose petals into the bedroom, and there's Bob just stark naked, like on a bearskin rug, and he's just got a cut like an egg that he's just sort of tossing up and down in one of his hands.
just like
waiting.
juggling it, just waiting.
What are you doing with that egg? And then Yabo! Yabo!
Yabo.
Now, do you get the eggs from the hen that the pet cock? Never mind.
Well, that's what. Well, the pet cock I think we've established is a rooster, which does not lay eggs.
Yeah.
Well, I said the
God,
hen.
Mike, Jesus.
Oh, well, aren't you just Mr. Science?
Oh, the hen. Okay, I got
Sorry,
you.
didn't realize we had a bunch of entomologists on this show. I'm pretending roosters are insects. Sorry.
Well, they are pests. We can admit that much. They're waking us up
Most
early, all the
def.
damn tired, or all the
Most
damn time.
def. All right.
Plus, an entomologist is a guy who is always end time. He's never late for anything. That is what an entomologist is.
I think it's a guy who's just really into Tom. Like he just loves Tom.
All right. Entomology is not my word. You know what my word is? Yabo. And here's what the definition is. It is British in origin. 2 definitions on Sexy Merriam-Webster: a lout or a yokel, and number 2, a hoodlum. A lout being a stupid, rude, or awkward man. So a yabo is sort of a hoodlum, pesky, rude kind of person. That's a yabo.
Okay. How do you spell that?
Welcome to Yabo Rango.
It's
the game show where dictionary...
it's YOBBO.
Why? Y-O-B-B-O.
Yabba
right,
That's
stupid yabba
yo-
over there. What's Orson?
I don't know, it sounds like Yobo, because the comic book character Lobo is L-O-B-O, so it would seem like
It's Yabo. It's unless I'm pronouncing it wrong. I never checked the pronunciation.
Pretty sure you're pronouncing it wrong.
All right, you know what? Let's listen in real close. Ready for this?
What are we listening to?
Oh wait, no, that only came through my headphones. It is
Thanks. No, he's just got like 30 seconds of dead air.
It is absolutely Yabo.
Look at this yabbo over here.
Just go look it up.
Oh,
hey,
this
asshole,
friggin'
go
Yabo.
look it up.
Seems like that would be
Okay.
like localized to the Northeast. It's like, oh, this friggin' Yabo over here.
Hey,
look at
this
this
freaking
Yabo over here.
Yabo over here. What are you doing over here, Yabo?
Or like,
Where
hey,
you putting the
Just up on the
Toyota
mountaintop making predictions, you stupid yabbo.
Stupid Yabo.
like, oh, did you see the Yabos on that girl over there? Oh, forget
What are you
about it.
doing? What are you doing with them eggs, Yabo? Huh? Dave, we need your word this week.
Okay, let me round out the show here with probably the most preposterous word of the bunch.
Is it preposterous?
Yeah, it's pretty preposterous. My word is leantery. Leantery.
Can you please spell that one for me?
Okay, L-I-E, N as in Nancy, T-E-R-Y. Leantery.
Leantery. Bob, what do you think leantery means?
Leantery is the process of taking a board and whittling it down until it's very lean.
Till it's toothpick, basically.
Until it's a toothpick. And then putting it in the tiny hand of a mouse and making him into an expert sword fighter.
I like that.
So this
That is
it's
leantery. It is
like
it is
falconry.
very specialized. It's a very specialized profession. It's almost like not falconry or heraldry or anything else that ends in re. But it's
Ancestry.
leantery. Did you just come up with the website ancestry.com?
Yeah. So do you?
That's a very special family tree that
Yeah,
they
like,
show you.
do you want to know who
It's a
all
family
your
stick.
who all your kissing cousins are? Like, go to ancestry.com. They'll map it out
Shit,
for you.
That's such a brilliant idea.
We're gonna make
Who's
tons
fucking
of
who in
money
this family?
in Tennessee, Arkansas, Mississippi, Alabama. Like, we're gonna clean up down there, guys.
Well, I'm happy we're just totally out just ruling out those states as fans of this show.
So about this mouse, this little swordsman mouse. I
Yes.
mean, what is he going to be fighting? And for that matter, like, is he just a swordsman? Is he actually a knight? Is there a ceremony involved?
Well, we're talking Stuart Little, trained assassin. Like that's what we're dealing with here. So I'm sure they're among people, but let's say that there's like you've seen like the Pixar movies and stuff. There are certain types of animals or insects or whatever in the animal kingdom that are just rude and shitty by nature, like locusts or something. So
Oh,
I
those are
think
jerks.
what we need to do is we need to train up mice to fight off the things that we either can't be bothered to fight off ourselves, or we don't know about. Like, you know what I mean? Like spiders or something
I don't
like
know.
that.
I feel like a mouse army would only be useful if like the elephants decide they want to take over. But otherwise, like, who the hell are mice gonna like fuck up? Who are they gonna?
Hobos.
Hobos aren't afraid of mice. They eat mice, dude.
Oh, but Dave, you're missing the point. They are trained in the art of swordsmanship.
Yeah, but are they trained in
there's
the
a
art
difference.
of like dodging a hand that can just grab them and like shove them in their mouth? Like, is that a skill they have? Because mice are pretty freaking tiny.
Yeah, well,
Are they
we have to get to that
are they
part of the training, I
well
guess.
versed in the art of dodging a vacuum cleaner? Because I feel like I could just suck them up with the vacuum cleaner hose. Like, what are you gonna do against mice?
I'm
dude?
more concerned. I'm more concerned with like the inevitable mouse army rebellion.
That's true.
Because they will turn against their masters at some point.
Yeah,
'Cause
absolutely.
They're going to realize we have all of this military training and like this sword fighting training. Why are we just letting ourselves be used by these
Yeah.
yabos? Like,
Kind of, we can get the cheese ourselves. That's what they're
Exactly.
gonna eventually. Yeah, that's true. Now
And
this
they've
is
got that
turning
little,
into a Steven Spielberg movie.
They're not going to get caught in a mousetrap. They've got that little sword. They just like jab the cheese and they got it.
Yeah, once they
Are they
discover,
going to get caught in like we have a Rube Goldberg machine that at the end it's a little board game that drops the little mousetrap.
yeah,
And one day, one mouse will rise above. He will lead them to their promised land. Jesus, Jesus, Jesus.
you merely adopted the trap. I was born in it. No, I feel like once the mice discover that we have more than one kind of cheese, because I mean, let's face it, we're just giving them the sharp cheddar. We're giving them the poor people cheeses. Once they figure out we've got brie,
sharp cheddar's pretty good.
I mean, no, it's delicious, but it's like, commoner cheese. Like it's like white American cheese on the East Coast. Like it's just, it's commoner peasant cheese. It's delicious, don't get me wrong, but once mice figure out we have brie and gorgonzola,
Right.
and, all this other stuff, then
Oh
we're
yeah,
in
we
trouble.
keep the gorgonzola away from them. That's true.
Right. It's like how could you have hidden this from me?
Yeah, exactly.
Like cheese is my thing.
Oh, spoiler, that's cheeses too.
No, that's the plot of cheese.
Let's stay on track with the first movie. For
Yeah.
Spielberg.
Well, he went up on the mountaintop, and the problem is he carved all of God's edicts into a block of cheese, which the mice he was trying to teach, they just ate it.
Cheeses too. How Ratatouille got its groove back.
I'd watch
Is
that.
Angela Bassett in that one? I hope so.
Probably.
She voices Jesus.
Well, Angela Bassett Hound. Like we have to stick with the animal thing here.
Pixar.
Yeah, it's Pixar. Okay, so that's Bob's interpretation of lean turi. I'll go next. I think lean turi is it's a special kind of lean cuisine meal.
Or it's the place that distributes the lean cuisines. Like a
Yes.
delicatessen, like you go in there to get a lean
Oh yeah,
cuisine.
yeah. You know what? Yeah, it's where lean cuisines are born.
Yeah.
that's what
Yeah.
happens. Yeah, that's it. That's a lean. It's a lean turi. It's like a nursery for lean cuisines.
Yeah, it's like, where are you going for dinner tonight? We're just going to hit up the Olive Garden. How about you? Oh, I'm going to head down to the lean turi, get myself a, little chicken Alfredo or whatever.
Yeah, like you say like where they're born. I'm imagining like rows of bassinets, except instead of babies, there's like a couple slices of some suspect-looking turkey with like a little bit of gravy on it.
There's some peas in there.
Yeah,
It's
some
like that
peas
factory in the Matrix where Neo wakes up in the pod. It's like that, but for lean cuisines.
Exactly.
It's like electricity
now-
shooting across them at random intervals.
Much like the mice, the lean cuisines will one day realize, hold on a sec, this world isn't what we thought it was. We don't need to be born only to be fed to people that can't be bothered to make food themselves.
Right.
So really, just sad people. I mean,
Really.
let's be honest.
Yeah.
People that are like, I'm doing this to stay healthy because they're lean cuisines. And in all actuality, they're just basically dumping sodium into their body.
Yeah.
So now,
Really, Susan, really? The family-sized lean cuisine? I think we both know what the problem is.
So the lean turi, is there a potential for a crossover here between Stuart Little 3 or whatever and the lean turi movie? Like, do both parties need to help each other realize, both the lean cuisines and the mice, that they're being had?
Well, no, I picture more of a lean turi kind of scenario where it's like, one of those slave driving bosses who's all about maximizing profit. And he forgot that, lean cuisine's ultimate goal is to bring people together and enrich lives. And like throughout the movie, he's got to have that catharsis and go through that whole process of like rediscovering his humanity and finding love and, having lunch in the park and skipping through puddles and all that good stuff. And the mice help him realize that, because he's always looked at, Brenda in accounting, and he's like, oh, I can never, she would never like me, and, all this kind of stuff. And Michael J. Fox mouse, because Stuart Little, the mice are voiced by Michael J. Fox, comes in and it's like, no, Gary, you're a good guy, you got a lot to offer. Like, get out there, man. Spread your wings and fly.
Does this take a weird turn at the beginning of Act 3 when the Michael J. Fox mouse realizes that the lean turi is just filled with things that are made of like half cheese? Like the macaroni and cheese meal.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That lasagna. Oh, mozzarella.
The enemy of your enemy is my fourth meal.
Yeah, yeah. This is basically Michael J. Fox, the mouse, for like the last 20 minutes of the movie, just going pet cock crazy, just petting that old cockaroony of his.
Okay, so we need a scenario And I think
Do-
we're
do I
tapping
get
into
to-
something here. Yes.
Do I get a definition?
Oh yeah. You go ahead. Lead through.
Because I got a good one. I'm just saying, like, so lean tree is if you go to the park and, you know, there's trees everywhere because it's a park, and there's some guy, you know, just kind of leaning on one of the trees, and he's kind of creeping you out a little bit.
Yeah.
Like maybe he's just like staring at you, or maybe he's like looking at the kids weird. And you know he's like peeling an apple with a knife.
He's got like a pack of cigarettes rolled up in his sleeve.
Yeah, and like that is the act of lean tree, is the creep, the weird creep at the park who's leaning on the tree, like giving you the eye, and like you know.
It's like you described my Tuesdays.
Tuesdays with Bob. Lean tree.
He's just like, you know, he's peeling that apple with that knife, like that old like rusty pocket knife.
Yeah.
And then he takes a slice of the apple, and then he pops it into his mouth, but it's like really suggestive and kind of sensual the way he does it.
Yeah.
And it's just creeping you right the hell out.
It's like so juicy, and he's chewing it with like such
and like
craziness.
Yeah, and it's like dribbling down his mouth a little bit
just
whenever
like
he
apple spittle all around his lips and shit. Just
And so like that is like, so that sort of thug is like a lean tree.
That ruggish
like
thuggish
oh
bone.
God, were you at the park the other day? Did you see that lean tree? Oh God, he just made me feel wrong inside.
So who did you invite over to the party tonight? Oh, I got Lean Tree Larry coming. Really? That guy? Really? You brought him over?
God.
You know I hate Lean
He
Tree
just
Larry.
stands in the corner.
That was your plus one?
He just stands in the corner during the party, and he just gets that one cocktail fork, and he just sits there eating all the little Smokies just all night. That's all he does.
He doesn't even have a drink. He just stands there eating little Smokies with a tiny little fork.
Oh God.
Not
Lean Tree Larry.
blinking once.
I think we can
says
help
a
Lean
word.
Tree Larry, because maybe he's an all right dude. That's why we invite him to our Bibelo
No, he's
parties.
probably definitely a pedophile.
But that's the thing, Dave. Everybody assumes that because if you're leaning on a tree, it automatically has a connotation to it. Maybe we can break that. Maybe we can show it's okay to lean on trees, or maybe the guy's just leaning on the wrong tree.
No, leaning
right?
on trees is fine, but like it's the everything else. It's the how he leans on it,
Right.
what he's doing while he's leaning on
What's
it.
a good way to lean? Do you lean, like if you lean on it with one shoulder, that's suggestive. But if you lean on it like with your back and you're
No.
looking at your iPhone or
No,
something,
it's all
that's
about
different,
all
right?
about body language. You got to lean against that tree, but you also have to have your arms crossed, and you got to be like looking
Right.
up to the sky, and you know maybe like I don't know, you're wearing a nice tasteful pair of Converses. You're not like
You're supporting yourself with one foot.
yeah,
and the
you
other
don't
one's
have a
crossed over it.
mustache. You're,
Right, yeah.
you're not
At the
wearing
ankle.
tinted yellow aviators. You don't
You gotta
drive.
be careful about like a toothpick in the mouth. Like that's a dead
Oh
giveaway.
yeah. Ugh, yeah.
Because then you're just mocking the tree too while you're at it.
Yeah.
That's
You
not
know, we
very
talked
nice.
about like Lee Tree Larry coming to the party, and I think this is like, and you're like, maybe we can reform them, and it's like a Blindside situation, I think, because
Oh, I love that movie.
that's what happens. See, is there's some mother, like a housewife, and she's real spunky, and but she sees Lean Tree Larry, and she thinks, oh man, I can. No one understands him, and that's where she goes wrong, because Lean Tree Larry is at the point of no return. Like, he's not coming back.
I just love the idea. He's at the point of no return. Like he's leaned on many a tree. There's no coming back from how many trees he's leaned on.
Now, do we really think that any tree is a go here, or are there some trees that it's okay to, like the difference between an oak and a maple and an evergreen, or a pine tree, which are very difficult to lean on because
I think the difference in trees
there's no
is
trunk space.
Yeah, I think it's all about the tree and like the comfort of leaning on it. I think any tree you can lean on. I mean, even poles. Hell, I've leaned on a stoplight before. Like living in a big city.
Oh,
like
this is an inclusive
listen,
term. So I mean,
The
light poles,
people
they
from
count.
Poland
Yeah.
should not be leaned on. By you, by the Germans from World War II, no one.
They're
They
just
are a proud people.
yes, but they're a very sturdy people.
very sturdy.
Oh, they are.
Yeah. It's all about stability. So it doesn't matter at all What if you're not leaning on the tree, but you're sitting in the tree, like midway up? You decided to
like
climb
up
the tree, sit up there, and look at
I
people.
thought you meant like you hollowed out the trunk for 4 hours next to this jungle gym, and all these kids are like, "What the hell is
You're
this guy
sitting-
doing?"
Well, that's because he was building his pet cock.
Well, you are carving an apple while sitting inside Grandmother Willow.
Yeah.
Like that's what you're doing. Inside her mouth.
So if you're sitting in the tree, are you still a lean tree? I don't know. I think at that point you might just be a garden variety pervert at that point.
Yeah, you're just a regular stock pervert. I mean,
Like, if
technically,
you have, like-
your butt's leaning against the tree, but that's semantics. So,
Dave, can you tell us what lean tree actually means?
all right, I promise you, it's good, but not as good as everything we just talked about for the last 30 minutes. So, lean tree is the passage of undigested food in the feces. So it's like, hey, when you eat corn and you're like,
Corn,
got
yeah, it's
corn
always
all
corn.
up in my poop, and you're like, man, I wish there was a term for that. Well, there is now. It is lean tree. And if you want to say, use the adjective and be like, hey, so Rick, I noticed you just got done pooping, man. How was your poop? And you're like, oh, it was very lean-teric. Which means that, I had a couple chicken bones in there, some corn, like half a doll's head, like a bunch of undigested stuff.
If you consider doll's head food, then you are lean tree
Hey,
Larry.
anything is food if you chew on it for enough time, like you can get it down.
This is true. Wow. Ew. That's a disgusting definition.
I know,
I don't
right?
want to go. I don't want to go sifting through my shit to figure
Yeah.
out if I'm lean tree.
So I too was going to like bring a penis word.
Well, you don't want to have to go sifting through your feces.
Yeah.
So you do on a regular
Yeah,
basis.
some people go to college
Just for fun?
to do that, Some people get degrees so they can
I'm sorry,
go
Bob,
sift
you
through your
don't?
poo.
You don't do that at all. Like as it turns out, being a lean tree Larry is not desirable. I was very mistaken on that. So I'm ceasing leaning on things right now. As of this moment, I'm going to try and reform myself. But now I hate that I have to go through my shit, but I have to, right? I got to make sure.
Well, for starters, I don't do that. I'm a lady. I don't poop at all.
Ever.
And two, I am propinquitous. I have someone else go through that if I were to do such a thing.
Making a
Right.
big push for the wordsmith this week, I see. Good on you.
You gotta hold up that pinky while you sift through your own poop.
This is going to turn out to be the longest podcast we've ever done, and I'm okay with that. I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
Sorry, everybody.
But I
this
have,
is-
I have a pretty good scenario if we're ready to move on to that point.
Yes, we do want to get to that.
Okay, so I really like the idea of the lean tree that we brought up, the Lean Cuisine factory / birthing grounds. So basically, Mike, you are the manager of the lean tree. And
Okay.
Richard, you are Lean Tree Larry, and it's your first day on the job, new job, exciting about the prospects it brings. And basically, Mike, you're taking Lean Tree Larry on a tour of the warehouse, showing him around, telling him what his responsibilities are going to be.
All right, Larry, come along. Well, is Larry okay, or do you prefer Laryl at all? I don't know what Larry is short for. Can you help me on that quick?
How about you don't call me anything?
Okay, that's gonna have to stop like ASAP. Okay, we're gonna need you to no more suggestive terms or anything. Like this is a.
Do you mind if I smoke?
I do mind. I absolutely do mind because we don't want to infect the precious lean cuisines that are coming through here. Now, so if you just follow, please do not lean on that conveyor belt. That's really important. Please do not do that. Come along with
Lean
me,
Tree
Larry.
Larry leans on whatever he wants to lean on. You understand that?
I'll get you a chair. We have nice chairs. We can get you ones that have really nice support. That lumbar. I know you care about your lumbar a whole bunch, Larry. So let's.
Lumbar means a lot to Larry.
And oh my God. God, how the fuck did you get through HR? Like seriously, how the fuck did you pass?
That lady was hot.
Oh fucking hell!
Oh, I was staring at her real good. Gave her some of my apple. She liked it.
I'm gonna have a really nice long chat with Lizabelle. All right, so
I'm just gonna pick my teeth for a little while, okay?
all right, Larry, please follow me. I need to show you. We're gonna pass through this nursing area. This is where lean cuisines are born. Look through the glass. Do not touch the glass. Don't touch. Larry, please
What?
stop touching the glass.
Make me stop. You can't.
I'm not. I don't know where those hands have been. So like, okay, you can see this is where the magic happens. Yes, this package. Let's just go through packaging.
Yeah.
There's the turkey. There's the peas.
Oh, look at that turkey.
Please leave the turkey alone.
Oh, look at the way it's just. Oh man.
Please leave the turkey. Good Jesus Christ. Okay, Larry, here's your seat. Please have a seat. I know you can lean on. I'll let you lean on this chair. Is that okay? Please just sit down here. Stay away from the turkey. Here's what you're in charge of. All right, we have a nice conveyor belt in front of you. You're in charge of quality assurance. When these Lean Cuisines come out of this chute, you need to just make sure that the packaging is entirely intact. There's no open seams or anything like that, okay? And all you have to do is you push this red button to stop operations when you see that one is opened in any way, because people don't want their Lean Cuisines already opened and tampered with, okay? Can you do that for me? I
don't like you.
Damn it. Okay. I am at this point, you're almost on a work probation. I'm just gonna give you this one shot. Just don't fuck it up, Larry, okay?
Look, the only reason I'm working here is because you have a window that lets me look out into the park.
Yeah, I'm gonna go shut that right now. And I'm gonna just go ahead. If we can get
Have you ever watched children at play?
Can we get someone to board this up? Please.
It's magical.
God damn it. Okay, I'm gonna just stay here. Just can you stay
They
here?
like the jungle gym.
I'm going to HR right now, and we're gonna get this sorted out. There's absolutely no way we can have you work here, or there's no way we can continue a scenario that has anything to do with pedophilia.
Yeah, you guys are done. You guys are done. Richard was sufficiently creepy. Good job, guys. Good job, guys.
The best part is that I could hear in his voice that midway through, he was standing and leaning on his desk. I heard it. I heard him do that. That's how convincing he was. I think we can all agree Ryan couldn't do that. Fuck you, Ryan. Okay, that's that. We need some really quick escalator pitches for Yabo and Lean Tree. I'll go first. Yabo, Yabo Dabba Doo. If you stand on a hill and you pronounce the eventual coming of, like, you know, probably Lollapalooza or something, and people are like, well, yeah, I can look at the website. That's being a Yabo. And it's important to people because you can at least, even though you might not be right about your prophecies, you can at least, you know, let the people know and be a reminder to people. So I think being a Yabo is important. It's important that we have this word. It's British in origin. It's probably a term that if we have people across the pond that listen, they're probably like, why, I know this word. Like, of course I know Yabo. We need to adopt this in America and make better use of Yabo. And that's why I'm trying to educate people and try and get us back to speaking like the olden days. Even though the first known use, according to Sexy Merriam-Webster, is 1922. Whatever, that's still long enough ago. It's the olden days. Yabo, do it. Dave, Lean Tree.
All right, so for millennia, mankind has had corn in its poo. And we haven't known a polite way to broach that subject or even to refer to it without just saying, yo, I got some corn all up in my shit. You know, like that's a very crude, crass way to do it. We're dignified human beings. We thrust our pinkies into the air in defiance of all that is peasant and pleb and lower class. And, you know, now we have a classy word to talk about our stool. And I think that's great. And we also got the Lean Tree, Lean Cuisine Factory Warehouse. We got Lean Tree Larry from this. As far as words go this week, like, mine has, I think, produced the most insane, crazy, fun scenarios and idea concept platforms. So, yeah, so you got some corn all up in your poop. That poop is Lean-teric.
Propinquity.com. Idea concept platforms.
Idea concept platforms.
I like that. I want to use that phrase.
We got to get paradigms in there somewhere.
Oh, there's so many paradigms. All right, we've hit the end of the show. We need to determine who the winner is this week. No, Richard, you don't win because you're the guest.
Booyah.
But what we are going to do is we have to vote for our words, and we're doing it a little different this week. Vote for your top 2 words that are not your own. Okay, so that means you're cutting out one word out of this mix instead of whatever.
No, you're still cutting out one word, but you have to pick two words now. So you pick your number one and your number two.
Exactly, and you have to have them in order. Okay. So,
well, my number two is going to be Lean Tree.
Okay, well, if you already know what...
Oh, that's jokes. So corny, but I like it.
That took me a bit, but that's...
Oh, God.
Wow. Shit. Mostly because I still think Lean Tree has something to do with being a pervert. I mean, okay, Richard, you are going to go first as our guest. So you have to pick your number one and number two in order between Petcock, Yabo, and Lean Tree.
Well, I think just purely because I made the most funnies with it, Lean Tree is my number one.
Yeah.
Okay.
And number two is Yabo, because I like the idea of just an unsuccessful prophet. He's trying real hard, but he just can't quite get there.
Dave, you have to pick between Propinquity, Petcock, and Yabo.
All right. I'm gonna have to go Propinquity with my number one. And sorry, Bob Ball, I've got to go with Yabo as my number two.
All right. That I will go next. I have to pick between Propinquity, Petcock, and Lean Tree. I'm going to say Propinquity is also my number one. Oh. And I am going to give my number two to Lean Tree. Bob, you have to pick your number one and number two in order.
You made Bob go last again, and he's going to fuck it all up. We tried to invent a new system so Bob Ball couldn't fuck it up, and somehow he's still going to fuck it up.
Don't give him ideas. This system will work. You have to trust me.
That idea was in his head the entire show. He knew what he was going to do.
You have to pick between Propinquity, Yabo, and Lean Tree.
I would like to thank the internet for helping me with this win today. And you can catch us at wordrango.com. You can also catch us on iTunes.
It's not the end of the show, Bob.
Oh, it's not. We just didn't give me the win.
No.
Nope. And you haven't won in many episodes. So.
My number one word is petcock.
Nope. No, you can't pick your own. God damn it, Bob.
Fine. In that case, my number one word is petcock. My number two word is
Bob.
I'm going to go ahead and can I stack petcock as my number two as well?
No. Okay.
I like my number one and number two.
You have to select between Propinquity, Yabo, and Lean Tree, not petcock.
Okay. Well, then I'll take petcock.
No. That's fucking. Please,
troll.
I will assign your points for you if you don't do it right now.
Yeah, you might as well, because we all know I'm just going to pick petcock.
Come on, Bob. God damn it.
Lean Tree.
Nice.
It's your
and my second word is petcock.
Okay. Lean Tree. You're giving your number one to Lean Tree.
Yes.
Okay. So number one, Lean Tree, and then really, where's the number two? Propinquity or Yabo?
Petcock. Propinquity. All right. So you know what?
So we got another tie, right, Mike?
Wait. No. Are you doing Propinquity as number one?
And number two will be petcock.
No, we already said Lean Tree is number one. Lean Tree is number one, and Propinquity is number two.
He did not say final answer, Dave.
Oh,
Bob,
my God. We're going to be here forever.
Bob, seriously.
My number one word is mermot. And my number two word is propinquity.
Dylan McDermott and propinquity.
Mermot sounds like what Toothless Fergie would call Merlot.
Yeah. Mermot.
My number one word is propinquity. My number two word is propinquity.
Fine. You know what? No matter what, Richard, congratulations. You win with propinquity.
Well, look at this young rookie coming in here, just slinging them words around.
Bob kept going back and forth, so my points are all fucked up on here because he's the worst. Nothing was issued to Petcock because we hate you, Bob. But in order for people to send us hate mail, they need to get in contact with us. Bob, how do they do that?
If you would like to send your love for Petcock, I would like you to go onto the interwebs, jump onto your emails, and send it to wordrango@gmail.com. Now, if you want to tell your friends, hey, you should listen to this great show where Petcock was the word of the week, then you should send them to wordrango.com. That will take them right to an iTunes linkage.
Ooh.
Or, you could just send them a little chat message and send them bit.ly/wordrango. That will also take them to the iTunes links. You can also hit us up on Twitter @WordRango. Little tweet love this week from Obo Crazy, from Hare Copland, Casual Cowards, from Cool Rats. Thank you very much. You can also join us for fun stuff on Facebook. Facebook.com/WordRango. We even have a YouTube channel now. YouTube.com/WordRango, where you can see and hear fun stuff at the same time.
Who knew that was possible?
Friends, we live in the future age. You can also listen to us on Stitcher. I don't know what that is. Is that like a place where you can throw eggs at people?
It's like
is that what that is?
Podcast subscription service or something. Like if you use Stitcher, we're on there. Someone told us, "Are you guys going to be on Stitcher?" It turns out that like 4 people are on Stitcher. So thanks one guy. I appreciate it. Yeah, whatever. We're on Stitcher. Yay. Yeah.
So that's just stitcher.com/podcast/wordrango.
Oh, the Facebooks. Facebook.com/wordrango. We do fun stuff there a lot.
Yeah, we're also on
we're like
Friendster.
We're like great.
We're on MySpace. We're on
don't forget LiveJournal.
Yeah.
We're on LinkedIn.
We're on LinkedIn. And do we have a thing out to Paul Troon to link up with him?
I'm pretty sure we took care of that last week.
He totally Paul Trooned us.
He would.
And has not responded back to our request yet.
What are you, Callaghan? Okay, good. And the big one to me is still iTunes. If you please subscribe to the show, rate it 5 stars, leave us a review, and let the people know.
Well, here's the thing, though. So Richard actually did that, and now he's on the show. So if you do that, there's a possibility that one day you may be on the show. It's a very high possibility because,
Dave might well be lying to you as well right now, too.
No, not at all. Not at all. I mean, look at it. It's proof. It's proof right here.
Yeah, we just provided evidence. I'm a very open person for guests and stuff like that. But don't start being like, I want to be on the show. No,
definitely be like that. Be like that all the time. Just like holler at us, scream, send hateful text messages. Because Ryan's got a pretty crazy life, and a very dangerous precedent has been set today. So.
He's just popping out kids left and right. That's the problem.
Yeah, he's like that scene from Meaning of Life, Monty Python's Meaning of Life. He's basically the poor Irish family is his house. It's just kids are just popping out every day.
He had to work at the Lean Cuisine.
Yeah.
He was just popping out Lean Cuisine.
Yeah, he had to take a second job at the Lean Cuisine.
Follow us, tweet us, Facebook us, iTunes us, and stay in touch. We'll be back next week with a fresh episode. We'll see. Ryan's probably going to be back unless he... I don't know. Something tragic might have happened to him, too.
Yeah.
We'll never know.
Well, he did say his cousin Lean Tree Larry was coming into town and that he was going to take him around, take him around town.
That guy is bad news.
He is. We know firsthand he is bad news.
Yeah.
So that's that. Congrats again, Richard. Thank you for joining us this week. It was a pleasure.
I enjoyed it. Most of the time.
Hopefully we'll be able to get you on again sometime down the road.
You gotta bring me back for the finals, right? Because
absolutely.
My word one.
Yep.
So
this is true. We will have some sort of finals episode.
So whenever the championship is,
we'll have a year in review.
Look to the mail. We're gonna mail you a bucket of blood. That's when you'll know that you have to get on Skype and record Rango.
And we'll email him a bucket of blood, actually. Give him a bucket of blood. Thank you all for listening. Tune in next week. 4 brand new words coming at you. This has been Word Rango.
You've been rangoed.
You've been rangoed.
Rango!
Word Rango!
Rango!